David, they call me MacGyver. Today I'm going to show you how to do blocking around any extrusion out the side of a house that you're putting Hardie Board siding on, like electrical wires, plumbing, gas lines, electrical outlets, whatever. I'm going to show you how to put the blocking on that and how to create the blocking, little tricks that I've used to make it a little easier. So hang with me and we'll get started. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You could take a regular one piece that's 3.5 by 3.5 and drill a hole in it and then cut it, or you do it like I do, where you take two pieces, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, so that makes a 3.5 by 3.5. And I use my diamond blade wheel on my grinder to cut these, and then I'll smooth these up with my grinder. And this can be used on wet or dry. When you're using concrete board, you can use it dry. So I clean those up, make them nice and smooth so that they'll come up together. And then after I've got them all nice and smooth, I push them together, and then I'll take some clamps and I'll clamp it on both ends, one on this side, one on the other side. And then I'll mark the center of that. Of course, the cut line is the center going that one direction. I just need to measure in 1 3/4 inches and mark it. And then I take a diamond blade hole saw, which you can get a whole pack of them. That's off of Amazon. So you take your diamond blade hole saw, and then after you do that, you put it on your drill, and you're going to start drilling at an angle. So you're just going to be cutting. You're right over your mark there, but you can start cutting and get a groove started. And once you get the groove started, then you can start speeding up your drill, and then you can actually start standing it up, and it'll stay in that groove, and it won't be walking all over your material. Use the same technique when you're cutting tile. Only with tile, you do have to use an aspirator bottle to keep it wet. But with this concrete trim, you don't have to do that because it's so soft. Anyway, you see how I wiggle around. That keeps that centerpiece smaller so that it'll be easier to get out of the center of that hole saw. And this piece is there's an inch thick, and my hole saw is only about 3/4 inch thick, so it's not going to cut all the way down. I've laid this on top of a board, and I will push down until it cuts it. You can see there I'm pulling it out, but then I have to get these pieces out. But because it's on the split, they come out in pieces, makes it a lot easier to get them out. And then I can tap it, and the ones down inside there will come out as well. There they go. Okay, so now I've got some room. I can go back and I can cut the other 1/4 inch of space on that hole, and I just run that down to the board, and that cuts it out. So I'm completely cut through now. And then I'll take this piece and I'll go put it around my telephone wire that is coming out the side of the house. So I'll loosen the clamps, put it back on, put the clamps back on. After I've got that on there, then I'll shoot some finishing nails. These are galvanized finishing nails that shoot 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. And then I'll take my caulking and I'll caulk around the wire that's coming out, as well as the splice on there, and all the nail holes and stuff. And then you can see I've also caulked around the blocking up against the siding. Here's another one I did. I had to put a round hole on each end and then cut between it because it's kind of an oblong piece. It's a electrical supply to an outbuilding. But then you can see I've had a whole bunch of things: gas lines, vents, window trim, trim on the side of the house, and there's another, I think there's a coax. Yeah, up there at the top, you'll see a coax. There's the windows. And the siding just goes up to it, and of course you caulk against the trim and the siding. But there's the coax right there. And then down here we've got an electrical outlet, and it's caulked all the way around it, so it's good and sealed. And that's it. Then you can paint. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching. Hope that was informational to you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you'll do that and then click the bell icon, and every time I put out a new video, you'll be reminded. And I want to thank you for watching. You have a great day.